I mean, so far, honestly, I love it. Oh, I don't know anything about her.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
I'm just looting the place. People are dying. I'm just like, oh, you know what? This looks like something I should be looting. I might need it to craft, you know, weapons.
Hurry up. This is no time for self-pity. It is the last thing our patients need.
What do you mean self-pity? I don't have any self-pity. I'm just looting your place. Yeah, let's go downstairs before we go into the hospital. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought I saw loot. Aluminum powder. I can't believe he's right there. He's still bleeding out, and I'm gonna leave it in there. It's kind of weird. Due to the influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full. Please go back home. That is something I never want to hear when I reach an hospital.
I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a
Oh,
wounded man
shit.
by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds. That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Hey, Shadows, what's up, dude?
Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Lady, you really are a bitch. She was super bitchy, and as soon as I tell her, oh, it's because I found a wounded man, and now she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Oh, really, Shadows? That's awesome, dude. How do you like it? I really liked my playthrough. The only thing is I really hated the fact that the game is super unstable.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Okay.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Okay then, lady.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Anything else I can loot? I wonder if I was evil, like if I could start drinking the patient's blood inside the hospital. Yeah, I played on the hardest difficulty level when I did my playthrough. Like I said, the only thing that was really unfortunate is the fact that the game was so unstable. Otherwise, it was super
Good evening,
cool.
sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Whoa, he's got a better gun? I want a better gun. Wow, he's easy to mesmerize. Interesting.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Okay.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Okay.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Sure.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I can buy Milton's shotgun? $315. Wow, bro. I don't have that kind of money. That is way expensive. It's good to know though. 296 damage. What about my gun? The pistol for 45. Oh, I have a used Lupara. Or Lupara. Or whatever. I have a bludgeon. Yeah, the scythe is a lot more fun. We'll equip that gun, though. I feel like we should. Shouldn't we? I feel like we should. Wait. Where'd you put your gun? Okay, Sake. Thank you so much for being here, and have a very good night. Have a very, very good night. I don't know where to put my gun. How do you equip a gun? Can you even equip guns? How does that work? Hello? I'm so confused. Is it like a button? Like I just press the button, shoot. Uh-oh. Switch ranged weapons, C.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
How did... Hell... You think so? I mean, it's not impossible. Yeah, that's it. That is exactly it. Well, it's fine then. We'll keep the site. Sorry, guys, I'm looting your medical material because obviously you don't need it. So, I mean, you're a hospital. There seem to be plenty around, plenty to go around. Like you don't need all of that stuff. City something new. Life saved by efficient medical aid is a blow struck at the whatever of the flu epidemic. Volunteer makes the difference. Who's that?
Good evening, nurse.
Good
Oh,
evening, Doctor.
it's a different
I
one.
don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious.
He's dancing.
The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients.
Look at
We're
him.
running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the
And he's
Spanish
gone.
flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this
You're right,
epidemic will be
Cronida. That's
over.
all he wanted. He wanted attention. He got it too. I gave him attention.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him.
That's pretty much
Be
that,
warned.
yeah?
Milton is not the chatty type.
I disagree. He chatted quite a bit with me.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
You're not giving a pep talk. I'm giving you a pep talk.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Where is he?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
No, I stopped doing that. What kind of question is that? Wait, are you still a doctor? Yeah.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but
Oh, that
correct
sucks,
me if I'm
Shadows.
wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
But, dude, always look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds.
No, I agree. I completely agree. The
Good
Iron
evening,
Mod,
Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed.
Iron Sight
Dr.
mod
Swansea
is pretty
informed
good.
us of your arrival.
Too bad that
I
doesn't
could
work
not
for you.
dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Man, that's...
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Well, I hope so. Who else can defeat an epidemic?
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
I agree.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Okay.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
I like the dialogue. It's so polite. Oh! Oh!
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Okay.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree.
I mean, Shadows is in the
That does not
1980.
excuse Dr. Ackroyd's
1980.
behavior. The man who
18.
did not even take time to converse
1918. Yeah.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
You have to think that at that time, catching the flu was not only killing you, it was killing a bunch of people. Like, everybody was dying of that. And as I said before, also, during that time, there were vampires. It's a well-known fact.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Vampires were around during the First World War. True story. I can loot that box! Damn it! Box, you lied to me. You told me you had no loot, yet here you are. How dare you. How dare you, Box! Who are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed
Okay,
about your
Lippin.
arrival.
Talk to you later,
I'm
man.
Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought we were here to help people, you douchebag.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Nice.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Oh, really? Is that
Since
so?
your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
I wonder what that. I wonder what that clip is. Hold on. I can loot that box. Damn it! Box, you lied to me. Love it. And what if it's not a failure? If it's not a failure, we're advancing medical practice, I guess.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
It's actually
I
research.
served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Dude, that's such a weird time in history, because if you try to change stuff, people will die, and you're risking their life to try to prove your theories. But if you're right, you're advancing science to the point where you may save even more lives. It's a weird, situation to be in, for sure. It's just because he's jealous, clearly.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances,
Is that a new nurse?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Oh, no, it's Nurse Crane. Yeah, I talked to you before.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Well, essentially, from what I understand, he's doing everything by the book, which is fine, but he's not advancing the search for new cures and stuff. So, and the problem is he resents people not doing like him, essentially.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get my bloody
doctor.
arm fixed properly.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had
Yeah.
professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.